Good morning.
Good morning, good people.
Good morning. Good morning. Happy Saturday.
Happy Saturday. Leslie, are you in the A? Maybe she stepped away. It was three of them, Lucky?
Yes. Yes. Thank you so much.
You're welcome so much. Hmm. Yeah, the lighting was kind of dark. Yeah, that's better.
Yeah, but if I sit back.
Yeah, that's all good. It's super cloudy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good morning.
Good morning.
Hey, good morning. Good morning.
How are you guys?
Wonderful. Oh, Leslie, you are in the A.
Hi.
Hi.
Hey, hi.
So I've got Dana with me, and
Hi.
we met on TikTok. She moderated for me for a while. So she
Okay.
helped me get my TikTok game going. And I invited her down for the, you know, grand
Yeah.
opening.
Yeah.
And she's gonna, because she spoke this into existence, she's like, you're gonna have a warehouse and it's gonna be big and yada yada yada. So I invited her down, and she's gonna pack the first uh customer's box that we're gonna send out
Yay!
today.
So
So,
exciting.
and I wanted to be on the call at the same time. So I am going to leave the camera open, but the mic closed, because we'll be, doing what we're doing
Right.
while we're listening and try and participate as much as possible.
That's
That's
wonderful.
exciting.
Congratulations.
Congratulations. That's
Thank
huge.
you. Thank you.
Huge.
Congratulations.
Let's go. That is so dope.
Thank
Congratulations,
you all
Leslie.
so much. You all are participants in this moment,
You know what?
because yeah,
Oh,
being on this call and practicing this mindset is the end all be all of this moment.
oh, that's so
Wonderful.
awesome.
Oh, it's perfect. Yeah, you
Uh-oh.
just set
You
me
did
off.
something, Leslie. You kicked something
Yeah,
up
you
on
just
him.
set me off. Oh, it's wonderful. Okay, it's 7 o'clock. It's wonderful. Happy Saturday. I hope you're all doing well, but so what? Now, here we go. Watch this. Okay, so what Leslie was just talking about, yeah, it doesn't matter, Les, you do whatever you need to do. So what Leslie was just talking about right now, she just described something. She said, "Oh, my friend said you're going to have this, you're going to be this, you're going to do this, and you're going to do this, and now you see that's what it is. You see that's where she is. There's one word. Uh, what word describes what Leslie is experiencing right now?
Results.
Okay,
The only thing I could think of was joy.
okay.
I don't know.
So this is when I say, this is what I when I say, because what you two said is right, but those are more attributes of a thing, right? Even though results is a thing, but it's in this case it's more of an attribute. Joy is an attribute. The first person I ever saw cry tears of joy were this was happening to them, and I was maybe 9, 8, 9. I thought, when you're young, you think when somebody's crying, they're upset or they're hurt. You never necessarily realize that they can be crying tears of joy, right? One word.
I don't know about this one.
Mhm.
Being.
Being.
She spoke. She
Okay.
spoke it
Okay.
into
So,
existence.
okay. So speaking something to existence is when you're speaking something into existence, what do they call that?
Manifesting.
Manifesting. Okay. But the thing you're speaking and it coming to existence, those are two things, right? Meaning they're you and the thing. And then when you're with Leslie, when you're Leslie or when you're manifesting, right? What happened to those two things?
They became real.
They became what?
True.
How do you know?
They became part of the physical experience.
Okay. So then they are now what? Those two things are now what?
Manifested.
Facts. Reality.
Facts? Reality? How do you, they're manifested, they're facts, they're reality. How do you know that?
Because she's in the warehouse right now. We're looking at
So
it.
what does that mean? She is.
Awareness.
Awareness. She's one. She is reality. There's only one thing now. There was two realities at the beginning, right? Who she was and the thing she wanted. Those were both realities, right? Now you're saying that both of those realities are one. They're in the same place, right?
Mhm.
She's now in the warehouse. There's no separation between the two now. Is that correct?
Mhm.
So what word do people use for that?
Alignment.
Okay.
Latoya's face.
It's good. But it's good. This is right. It's wonderful because this is what I talk about learning how to think. I want you to understand what people mean when they say things. A lot of times we don't get the benefit of what's being said because we don't truly understand what's being said. We don't really know, we know what we heard, but we don't really know what it means. So there's certain words that we hear all the time and words that have behaviors attached to them, but we don't really know what they mean because we only know the physical part of it. But we don't really realize that the physical part of it is not the thing. The physical part is just what represents the thing. But you use a physical thing so that you get an understanding of a consciousness. You get an understanding of the thing you can't see. You use the physical thing you can see to represent the thing you can't see. Because the thing you can't see is the one that's actually creating the thing that you can, right? So the two becoming one flesh is called what?
Marriage.
Marriage. That's what marriage is. People think marriage is what we humanly think it is. The ceremony, the ring. Yeah, but it is. But all of those things that we can understand physically are exactly the same things you have to do in consciousness. That's how your consciousness works. It's when you have consciousness that is what people call the male. The awareness of being, the thing that the male is chasing, your desire, that is what is personified as the woman. And so the two becoming one flesh in the eyes of the law, right? You are that. You are now that. The man and the woman become one flesh. They are seen in the law as one person, as one being, as one entity. So now you see Leslie as one entity. She is in the warehouse. There's no longer a separation between her and her desire. You see, look, we're all literally looking at her thing. You can't separate them anymore. In our own eyes, we're literally looking at it. What marriage physically, what we think marriage is supposed to represent physically, that's actually it's actually a ceremony that represents a consciousness. That is why people don't understand a lot of metaphysical books, whether it's the Bible, whether it's the Quran, the Talmud, whatever those are. Most people don't understand them. They only understand them exoterically, externally. They only understand the surface level of it. They don't understand what something really is. So then guess what? They say, okay, you can't divorce anyone. Okay. Well, so you mean Leslie has to stay in that warehouse forever then? Leslie has to keep that same desire forever then. Leslie can't ever change her mind. Leslie can't ever outgrow that space. Leslie can't ever have another idea. Leslie has to literally be like, well, that's it. It's over already. Doesn't matter if that space is too small now. Now, what if Amazon started there? That space you're looking
They
at right now.
wouldn't be who they are today.
Correct. So then why should you stay? Why should you stay regardless of anything? Just regardless of anything. You can't grow anymore. You have to stay home forever. You have to be this forever. You can no longer be any more of what you could be because you have to stay married. What I'm saying to you is humanity's concept of this thing is not actually what it represents. What humanity is doing is something else, something like it, but it's still not really the thing because that's not what it's talking about. It's just using a physical thing to give you a better understanding or an illustration of how consciousness works. You are consciousness. What you are desiring, right? The idea you have is also produced by consciousness, but you have to make you and your idea one. That's why you asked Veronica, what was the first question you asked Leslie? What did you say? What did you ask her?
If she's in the A.
So what are you asking her?
If she already is at her new place.
Are you who you said? Who are you? You're saying, where are you? But really, in consciousness, you're saying, who are you? Who are you? That's what you're really asking. Yes, you're saying what? But I'm telling you the part that you have to understand how this works so you can control your life the way you're supposed to. Not control by bargaining, arguing, substituting, stressing, striving, efforting. You do all those things when you don't understand. You do all those things when you don't know better. The better you get at anything, what happens?
The easier it gets.
Easier. You didn't say the harder it gets. You said the easier. So if it's easier, it's less grinding. It's less work. It's less effort. It doesn't mean you're not doing something physically, but it becomes easier. Mm-hmm. It just becomes, you can do the same amount, but you may be doing it 15 minutes quicker. You can do the same amount, but you may be doing 15 times more work as far as producing more. It gets easier in a way because you have a better understanding, you have a better control and command of this thing, right? This is what Leslie represents today. What you're looking at, everybody look at the screen for a second. What you're looking at, Leslie's screenshot is marriage. That's what you're looking at. You're looking at your awareness, having an idea, becoming one. And now guess what? Leslie is in that place. She's not separate somewhere else. She's not. So when you asked her, Veronica, when you asked her, where are you? Right? You're really asking her, what are you? That consciousness is saying, what are you? Because whatever you are dictates wherever you are. When you're not doing this correctly, you're using wherever you are to dictate whatever you are. You'll lose every time. You're allowing the what to tell you who, when the who should be telling you what. Veronica, let me give you an example. Where you pull up the last slide I sent you. When you allow the what to dictate your who, you are always going to be in trouble. When you are the who that dictates the what, you will always overcome. Because you are the overcomer in the first place. That's who this is who you are in the first place. So watch this. One day, Jesus, what does that represent?
A mind.
What?
A mind.
Oh, yes. What kind of mind?
The physical body, isn't it?
No, what does Jesus represent? Remember, anytime you're looking at a person, you're looking at a what?
Oh, a mind.
A mind. So Jesus represents a mind. What kind of mind?
The highest.
The I am mind.
Yes, the I am mind, your awareness mind, your higher awareness, not your humanity, not your human awareness, your higher awareness. That's the whole reason of this character coming, was to illustrate how your higher mind should operate in physical form. Because all the physical forms just thought it was a human mind. That's all they had. When all you think you have is a human mind, you're stuck. You become beholden to everything. So look at the difference between how your higher mind operates in physical form and how your human mind. Look at what happens when you are the what and then determining who, or the who determining the what. So your higher mind said to its faculties, your disciples, its faculties, let's go over to the other side of the lake. So they got into a boat and set out. As they sailed, he fell asleep. The higher mind fell asleep. A squall, right, a wind came down on the lake, so that the boat was being swamped and they were in great danger. So the wind blew the waves, right, like a big wave came down, and they were in great danger. The disciples, right, your faculties, your human faculties say, woke its higher mind and said, Master, Master. So your human faculties know your higher mind is the master. They know that, but you don't know that. So when you're being led by your human mind, you're getting yourself messed up, because you're supposed to be the master, but you're not. You're just human. I'm just human. I'm just this little wretched soul, save a wretch like me, this little light of mine. But you're supposed to be the master. So your disciples know who you are, but you don't. So, Master, Master, we're going to drown. The higher mind got up and rebuked the wind and the raging waters, and the storm subsided, and all was calm. Where is your faith? He asked his disciples. So, who thought they were going to drown?
The disciples,
Who are the disciples?
the non-I am thinkers,
Correct. So, when you think you're going to drown, who are you being?
the non-I am thinker,
When you think you can't afford it, who are you being?
Not
No.
I.
When you think you're not healthy, who are you being?
Not I.
What are you basing your drowning on? When they say we're going to drown, what were they basing that on?
what they saw around them.
What they saw. And who determines what is possible for them based on what they see?
Mm. Mm, mm, mm.
The human mind.
The human mind. You, when you're not thinking properly. When you forgot that you are what?
I
What is
am.
it saying here?
Yeah.
Yes. And that was called what in here? I am is called what in here?
Awareness.
What does it say? The disciples went, and who were they talking to? What did they say?
Master.
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 Anybody remember the last dragon, right? Was show enough. And he kept drowning Bruce Leroy, right? Putting his head in the water. What was he asking him?
Who's the master?
Who's the master? And every time he said nothing, or he kept basically inferring that it wasn't him, he kept getting his head pushed under the water. And finally, he put his head under the water one last time. And when he brought him back up and he said, "Who is the master?" What did Bruce Leroy say?
I am.
I am. And then Monique, what happened after that?
I don't know. He beat him up. He beat
Yeah,
him
he laid
down.
them hands on him, put them paws on him. It was over. But sure enough, was terrorizing him the whole movie. And he kept running from him and running from him and dodging him and running from him and running from him. When you keep running from being the master, you're going to be terrorized by Shona. You're going to be terrorized by the winds and the waves. When you let the what dictate your who, you are going to drown. You're going to drown. When you know who you are, what does it say? You get up and rebuke the wind and the raging waters, and the storm subsides, because you know who you are. And who you are dictates what happens to you. What is happening doesn't dictate who you are. Now, we talk about Bruce Leroy. Well, why was he named Bruce Leroy? What does Bruce mean?
I was assuming there was like a like Bruce Lee's, what do they call it? A parody or a ¿cómo se dice? Like
Oh no, that was Was yeah, like a parody. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, like you said, for all of you, go back on like Monique and all of you guys that have seen it, or even Veronica. It's a good movie for you to watch because it's a metaphysical movie. It's showing you something. Bruce means bruised. Like when you bruise your arm, it means bruised. It means to be hit. It means to be bruised. Right? What does Leroy mean?
Leroy.
Anybody know?
That's a good question.
Leroy means king.
Oh.
It means king. Bruce Leroy was the bruised king. He was the king the whole time, but he was bruised. He was being bruised all the time because he didn't know it. And the whole part of the movie was his maturation in consciousness. He had a master that he adored. He taught him everything he knew. But Leroy was always saying, there's more to it. There's more to it. And his master said, you've looked at the beginning. He said, you need to go on a journey. So Bruce Leroy went on a journey, but like all of us who read the Bible or read these metaphysical scriptures, like all of us who go to church, like all of us who go to temples and mosques and all these other things, we've all been taught that the journey is to find something outside of us. So when his master told him, hey, you need to go on a journey to find this power that you are. At the beginning, Bruce Leroy went and was looking outside of himself. He said, you've looked everywhere. The master said, you need to find it. You've looked everywhere but the right place. And Bruce Leroy didn't realize he was talking about within him. So Shonuff was chasing him all around the city, took his girl from him, took her hostage, chained his little brother up, tore his parents' pizza shop up, right? That human mind was terrorizing him, messing his whole life up. But he was trying hard. He was a good person. He tried not to fight. He tried to obey the rules, and he was still getting terrorized in his life. But because he wouldn't believe that he was the master, he kept thinking the master was someone else. It was somewhere else. And finally, he got to a point where his parents' shop got tore up. They lost their business, basically. Shonuff tore their place up, tore his master's dojo up, chained his little brother up, had him locked up, had his girl locked up, and he was about to lose everything he had and everyone he loved. The winds and the waves had risen, and there was no more place to run. He was either going to have to say, I'm the master, or I'm going to drown. There's nowhere else to go. There's nowhere else to hide. So he had to fight Shonuff. He had to start hitting back. But he couldn't hit back until he said, I am the master. I am. Who's the master? I am. This movie was showing you that the master is you in you. I am is the master. I am is you. I am is not Bruce Leroy. I am is acting like Bruce Leroy. It's using Bruce Leroy to express itself. But I am is I am. Who's the master? He didn't say Bruce Leroy. He said, I am. It's a good movie for you guys to watch. It's funny, it's entertaining, but they're telling you something. And most people never catch it. That's why I said, what is Leslie? What does that picture represent? Marriage. It represents the idea that she had as conscious, the consciousness she is, I am, with a desire. The two have to become one flesh. That's what marriage is. People think it is the ceremony. The ceremony is only a reflection of the two becoming one flesh. It's only the reflection of a supposed awareness. But since people don't know what marriage is, they don't really even know how to do it. People think it's a physical thing. But in the beginning, what? In the beginning,
I
It
am.
was.
I am.
Oh.
In the beginning, I am. And I am created, right? So who created marriage?
I am.
Oh, yeah.
I am. I am did that. But I am is consciousness. It's not physical. It creates physicality. So I am is always talking about consciousness. We in humanity are always talking about physicality because that's what humanity is. but it is consciousness in physical form. But when we forget who we are, we think we're going to drown. But the winds and the waves that were going to drown us have been what? They are what?
Creations.
Creations. By who?
I am.
So only I am can do what?
Create,
And,
destroy,
and,
make alive,
and,
kill,
and, huh?
Change.
Change, control. You know how you know how, right? You go somewhere and be like, hey, don't talk to my kids like that. Or no, don't be telling my kids that, right? Because those are your creations. So you're like, no, if I want to spank them, I'll spank them. Or if I want to tell them to sit down, I'll tell them to sit down. If I want to tell them to shut up, I'll tell them to shut up. But you don't talk to them like that because those are not their creations. Those are your creations. So in your humanity, when you think you're human only, you're now susceptible to drowning. But how could the thing you created drown you? I mean, how insane is that? But only when we think we're something else, when we think we're just, oh, I'm only human. Well, good luck with that. See, people think like we're talking about some kind of like magic fairy dust smoke. We're not. But we think that because we think we're just physical. We think we're just human. That's not who we are. We are consciousness. That's what this book is trying to tell you. That's what that movie is trying to tell you. So you wouldn't know what Bruce means. You wouldn't know what Leroy means. So you wouldn't know what they're trying to tell you, even when you're watching the story. You just think it's cool. You don't realize what they're trying to tell you. When you look at that picture of Leslie's warehouse, you don't realize you're looking at marriage right in the face. So you hear all these words, you watch all these stories, you hear all these things, but you don't really know what they mean. So you're throwing out all these words, not realizing it's sitting here right in front of your face. You don't even recognize it because you don't really know what it is. You only know the ceremonial aspects of it. You only know the party, but you don't realize that what a party represents. That's a religious ceremony. A party is a religious ceremony, but people don't realize that because they don't know what the word religious means, like we talked about last week. So when we talked about adultery, what is it? Idolatry, what is it? Marriage, what is it? Look at the words we use all the time and don't realize it. Girl, he out here cheating on my friend. But you don't have no problem cheating on your desire. You don't have no problem being healthy one day and sick the next. You cheating. You don't have a problem with it though. You think it's okay. You think like, oh well, I'm just okay. Well, they're just on a date. Why are you hating? They're just entertaining someone else like you're entertaining something else. They're entertaining someone else they shouldn't be. You're entertaining a thought you shouldn't be, and you think you're better than them. When you're doing the exact same thing. You're doing the exact same thing. The exact same thing. Words we don't even realize what they mean. So let's talk about another word that I've heard that was brought to my attention this week. Consistency. Now, this is me. So think it through. What is consistency? How do I stay consistent? What is consistent? God, I swear to God, if you guys ask me half the questions I hear you ask other people, I'll punch you in the face. How do I stay consistent? What is consistency?
This is how he talks to me, y'all.
What is wrong with you? What are you talking about? But the problem is we don't, just like the movie or just like that scripture we just read, most people don't know what the words mean. We don't know what they really mean. So we're asking honestly, right? So there's no judgment. We're asking honestly, and that's okay. But I'm doing this to illustrate a point. We don't even know what these words really mean, and we're throwing them around every day, and we wonder why we're lost. Or we wonder why we're wondering certain things that if you really knew what that is or what it means, there's no way you would ask that question. Because there's nothing wrong with the question, but the question lets me know where you are in consciousness, that you're lost. You just don't know you're lost. So then you wonder why you're not getting the results you're looking for, because you don't know you don't know. So I've already talked to Veronica about it a little bit, so she can't answer. What is consistency?
Showing up on a regular basis.
Okay. What's the first? Okay, watch this. So what is consistency? What's the first question you should be asking yourself?
What does consistency mean?
Okay. What's the first question you should be asking yourself?
What am I trying to be consistent at?
Okay. What is the first question you should be asking yourself?
Who am I?
In the beginning.
I am.
Oh,
So then what's the first question? It's not what, it is who. Question is not what, it is who. So instead of saying what is consistency, the question should be what?
who?
Who is consistency? Well, okay, who is consistency? Well, in the beginning.
I am.
So then who is consistency?
I am.
I am.
So then by nature, you are
Consistent.
Holy cow. Goodbye.
now, Veronica, will you pull up? I think it's either the first or the second one. I want you guys to see it. The first or no, it's not that. It is that one. What does it say in verse 8?
Jesus Christ is the same yesterday, today, and forever.
So that means I am is what?
Consistent.
So how can you have a problem being what you already are?
Wow.
You're walking around acting like you have a choice. But let me tell you why you think you have a choice. Read verse 9, the first sentence in verse 9. What does it say?
Do not be carried away by all kinds of strange teachings.
I'm going to say you, but I mean me too. Us. Let me just say it that way. Us. Most of us are carried away by all kinds of strange teachings. You're listening to people who don't know what they're talking about, and you don't know they don't know what they're talking about. So then you're putting all your physical human effort in, and you don't even realize it's the blind leading the blind. How can you ask someone how to be consistent, and why would they tell you anything but what I just told you? How can you try to be something that you are without, you have no choice but to be? What is your choice? What is your choice?
Am I still not allowed to answer?
Yes, you're not. Consistency is not a choice. I am is the same yesterday, today, and forever. Isn't that consistency? Does it get any more consistent than that? So then why are you trying to chase something you already are? But you do that because you're following all these kind of strange teachings. You're listening to people that don't know that they are either. So everybody's talking about efforting, willpower, discipline, focus, starving, fasting, stretching, exercising, water fasting, the this diet and the that diet and the this person and the this prayer and the that prayer. You already are that. You just don't know you're that. So now you're seeking to be something. You're Bruce Leroy. You're seeking something outside of you that's already in you. And you're going to get your butt whooped until you realize that what you're looking for is you. And it's in you, is you. It's as you. It's you. So consistency is inevitable. You don't have a choice. You are consistent. What is your choice?
You don't have one.
Yes, you do.
You can walk in your, like you can be I am or you can not be I am.
No, you can't. What did I say 2 weeks ago? You cannot change.
Who
Who
you
you
are.
are.
So how are you going to not be I am?
Well, just, I guess, choose not to.
You can't do that either.
So are you saying you get to choose? You get to choose what you're being consistent at.
Correct.
And you have choice.
Correct.
Okay.
You have no choice. Consistency is not a choice. What you apply it to is.
No.
Yeah.
What you apply it to, where you apply it to. Let me give you an example. What is the first consistency? In human life, what's the first consistency?
Waking up in the morning.
I was thinking the same thing.
It
Yeah,
is.
breathing.
Right?
Mhm.
Without that, nothing else happens, correct?
Yeah.
So first thing is the fact that you're alive. Every day, all of you have been consistent to the age you've been right now to this second. That's your first consistency, is waking up every morning. Without waking up, what gets done?
Nada.
Right? So without you being alive, let's say, what gets done? So then, nothing, right? So then your first consistency, that all other consistencies that you want to apply it to, if you wanted to work out, if you wanted to work out 100 days in a row, if you didn't wake up, could you do it?
Mhm.
If you wanted to be accountable, but you didn't wake up, could you do it?
Nope.
If you wanted to be faithful and reliable, but you didn't wake up, could you do it?
Nope.
So what could you do without waking up?
Nothing.
So then the first consistency, the necessary, primary, foundational, fundamental consistency is what?
Waking up.
Waking up. Life itself. Say it first. Without that, nothing else happens. Right? So then, okay, I can't change what I am. I am. We can't change who we are. That's I am. We can change what we apply it to, who I am being. You are consistent every day. You woke up. You don't have a problem with consistency. How? You've been doing it for decades. That's not your problem. It's not your problem. That's what life is first. The same yesterday, today, and forever. I came that you may have life and life more abundantly. The same yesterday, today, forever. That mind, that same mind that is the same yesterday, today, and forever said, I came that you may have life and life more abundantly. So for you to have life and life more abundantly should be happening when?
Now, all the time.
I'm consistent.
Yesterday, today.
Today and forever.
So how do you have a good month and a bad month? How can you have life more abundantly and you don't make money for 2 to 5 years? How do you have an abundant life and how do you have an abundant life in a bad marriage? How do you have an abundant life and you don't have your health? How do you have an abundant life and you can't live the life you want to live? How is that abundant? You don't have a consistency problem. That's not the case. That's not true. The question in and of itself, one, can't be answered because it's a false premise from the gate. That's like just like your child coming to you and say, how can we make 2 + 2 5? How are you going to answer that? How are you going to work with that?
You can't.
Yeah.
But then what? Then the only reason. So then you look at your child and you say, well, the only reason they would ask me that is because they must think there's another option beside the truth. But then they're in verse 9. They're carried away by all kinds of strange teachings. Who told you that? Where did you get that from? Where did you guys get that you think you have a consistency problem? Where did you get that from?
That's so
When
true
you've been
because
alive.
even
Go ahead.
oh, I'm sorry. That's so true because even when you're inconsistent, that's a consistency in its own. because you're consistently being, yeah.
You
Yeah.
wake up every day, right? Consistent. And then you behave inconsistently. So you wake up, which is your first consistency, which provides the platform for you to be inconsistent. But even inconsistent is consistent, like you said, because you've done it enough for people to label you something. You've been consistent enough at being inconsistent, you're still consistent. You don't have a consistency problem. You have a choice problem. Consistency is not a choice. Where you apply it or what you apply it to is. So you don't have a consistency problem. Consistency has been taken out of human hands. In the sense of like you are every day you wake up, that is consistent. Just like your heart beating, that is consistent. That is consistency. You're going to be consistent at something. That's inevitable. Whether it's being inconsistent, whether it's being consistent, it doesn't matter. Both of those are still consistencies. We break things up into good, bad, right, or wrong, but they're really the same thing. They're just expressions of a consciousness, but they're the same thing. If you drive out of a driveway and turn right, you're still driving. You drive out and turn left, you're still driving. There is no, well, how am I a right driver or a wrong driver? You're a driver. You're the same, you're the fundamental driver. You're still a driver, no matter whether it's right or wrong. You're just categorizing. You do not have a consistency problem. What you call consistency problem means you are not acting, you are not. So what does consistency require?
Waking up.
Yes. And what does waking up require? What's the first question?
Consciousness.
Consciousness. So then guess what? If you have a consistency problem, what is it telling you about your consciousness?
Needs to reshift.
Correct. To what?
Not adding a problem to the word consistency. Because it makes it sound like you consistently have a problem.
That too. That's consistently. Because guess what? Do dead people have problems?
No, they don't.
Because dead people are not
They're not
conscious. So that means they are
unconscious.
Yes, and unconsciousness makes you
Unaware.
So guess what? Then what keeps a problem alive?
Their awareness.
Your awareness. Your awareness. Your awareness. Awareness creates it and maintains it. I am. I am is the only
Consciousness.
yes, but it's the only
Master.
It's the only power. It's the only creator. In the beginning,
I am.
In the beginning, money. Money. No, we're going to do it like you guys do it. Money. Stress. My degree. He said. She said. They said. You don't understand. How can I? But they said, my degree. Oh, but
I'm Puerto Rican.
Oh yeah, I'm Puerto Rican. Oh, but I just can't help it. In the beginning, I can't help it. Oh, in the beginning, I can't afford it. In the beginning, yeah. You don't have a consistency problem. That's not true. Consistency is life. It's mandatory. Your only choice is where you attach it. Where am I going to where am I going to be consistent? Meaning, where am I going to place this thing that I already am? I am. That's not a choice. What I am being is a choice. The being part is just an attachment. Being poor, being rich, being tired, being not tired. Those things change all the time. But I am is the platform under which you can be tired or be healthy, be sick or be healthy, be rich or be wealthy. Those things are just attachments that the platform lets you be either one. But you can't be any of those things without I am. You can't be inconsistent without being consistent. So when your consciousness is asking questions. So when you ask a question like that, it lets me know that you don't know what consistency really is. And 99% of the time, the people you're asking don't know either. Because you are asking from the human perspective, and the person answering you is answering from the human perspective, but humanity is what? Or was what? Go back to the first question. Go back.
Consistent?
Yeah, go back, Veronica, the second one, the next one. That one. Humanity is what?
Creation.
Creation. Humanity was created. By what? By who?
The creator. I am.
I am. So that, and I am is what?
Me?
Yes. Can anybody see it?
Mm,
What?
no.
No. No. That's what Monique is. Monique is the character, the mask that
The
I am
avatar.
wears. But I am in the beginning, I am. Not in the beginning, humanity. In the beginning, I am. Not in the beginning, humanity. In the beginning, I am created. Not in the beginning, humanity created. Humanity has never created anything. Never has, never will. In the beginning, I am created. At the end, Veronica, go down, please. All the way down. Okay. Now, 31. I am saw all that it made, and it was very good. All that it made. When it says he, it's referring to the verses a little higher, where it created male, female, but it's not, it's right. I am saw all that it made, and it was very good. And there was evening and morning and the sixth day. That was it. And now that's it. So who made everything? What?
I am.
I am. Who created everything?
I am.
I am. Who created the world?
I
I
am.
am.
Okay. So who created LaToya?
I am.
I am.
Okay. So then who creates LaToya's life?
I am.
What happened to them? What happened? It was his fault or her fault or their fault. Tariffs' fault. Trump's fault. Republicans' fault. Democrats' fault. It's COVID's fault. The economy's fault. What happened to that, Monique? Where did that go? Does it appear to you that in this whole chapter that awareness has any problem with being consistent? Hell, let's go back up. You want to see consistent? Because I know you guys are really into, go back up. Let's show consistency, because I know you guys are really into doing. I know you guys are really big into this, in this world. You guys are into doing. So let's see how consistency does. All right, verse 3. And God said, let there be light. Okay. And verse 5, God called the light day. Good. Verse 6, go down. And God said, let there be a vault. Okay. And it was so. And God said, let the water under the sky. That happened, and he called it seas. Okay. And then verse 11, then God said, let there be this land and vegetation. And there was. And 14, and God said, let there be a vault in the sky and let them have light. And God made two lights and everything else. Then verse 20, God said, let the water, okay, then did that. Verse 24, God said, so does God have a consistency problem?
Not at all.
I mean, does it look like it to you?
This was such a setup.
Right? Does it look like your awareness, does it look like I am has a consistency problem?
No.
Does it look like it has any issue repeating the same behavior?
Nope.
Huh?
Nope.
Nope.
Okay.
No, he
So then,
creates all the way.
Say it again.
Creation all the way. Quite consistent. Create, 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 create. All.
So how do we have a consistency problem?
We revert to our human mind.
And so but our human mind didn't make anything.
So would you say we have an identity problem?
So watch this. So out here, there's the Warriors. There's the Warriors. So if I go and want to see Steph Curry, right? And I go into the arena, I buy me a Steph Curry jersey. And then I'm like, you know what? I'm feeling good. I'm in decent shape. I play basketball. I go out here and make it rain a little bit. I got my jersey on. They're out there warming up. And I decide to get out the stands and go on the court, and I'm gonna shoot me a couple jumpers. What's gonna happen?
Oh no.
Oh, you laugh.
Security!
Oh,
Security!
Monique, don't laugh, because I'm coming for you.
I know it's a setup.
Oh, I'm coming for you. Don't laugh. Oh, I'm coming for you. Oh, I'm glad you laughed, because I'm coming for you. I'm glad you laughed. But right, yes. What would happen to me? What would happen?
Security!
Right? I'm face down, right? And I'm getting thrown out. I got my jersey on, but I'm on the court. I'm in the thing. What's the problem? Monique, why are you laughing? What's the problem?
You forgot who you were.
I forgot who I was.
Tell him you're the dark-skinned Curry.
So watch this though. Just because I forgot who I was, did security?
No.
Does the world? Does your health?
Mm.
No, don't forget. You forgot. You decided that you're gonna try to finesse it. You decided that if I just do a little, if I do something like it, that don't make you it. So you think you can put on the uniform and get around good health and you're gonna be healthy? Nah. You're not on that team. You're not on the health team. You're not on the team of health. You're not on the team. You are not a player. You are not a warrior. You're a fan. There's a separation between the two. Doesn't matter how close you get. It doesn't matter that I wanted to play. I'm not on the Warriors. I'm going to be separated. When I'm on the team, I have a right to be there. I am a warrior. I am a warrior. I am healthy. Wanting to be healthy is like being a fan. We all want something. So what? We're all looking at something that excites us. So what? That we would like. So what? If we're not on that team and we try to play like it, all we do is get ourselves hurt. But the security, just because you have a Warriors jersey on, security can still identify you versus a player, can't they? Just because you talk a good game while you're on this call, you ain't fooling. You can't finesse your awareness of being. It knows whether you're a warrior or not. It knows whether you're healthy or not. It knows whether you're rich or not. It knows whether you believe that, is that who you are or not. You're either a warrior or you're not. There's no middle ground. Me being on the court doesn't make me a warrior. Me having a Steph Curry jersey doesn't make me a warrior. I get treated based on who I am, not what I want. Your life is going according to who you are, not what you want. And how can I tell what you want? By what you do. Not even just by the way you do what you do. Because your awareness, right, is always making you do. You get to choose what you're aware of, and you are consistently doing what you're aware of. That's why you consistently complain. That's why you consistently keep going back and forth, because what you're doing on the outside is what you're doing on the inside. You ask that question because it's in you. You ask the questions you ask because of what you're aware of. You think like, oh, well, I just asked that question because of so-and-so. No. You ask that question because you are so-and-so. You're doing things from I am. I am is in the beginning. You know how when you lose something, what do people always tell you to do? Say you lost your keys. Yeah, say it again, Latoya.
Retrace your steps.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So if you were to retrace your steps, what should you be asking what should you be saying to yourself all the time? What statement or question should you be asking yourself? Or what statement should you be making?
What did I do? Where did I go?
Who am I?
Every day you wake up.
Oh.
Who am I?
Who am I? In the beginning, I am. In the beginning, I am. After I am, in the beginning, I am. What was the next word?
Created.
Created. When you wake up, in the beginning, I am. So I am today is going to do what?
Be the same.
You're going to do what? You're going to do what? Yes.
Be the same.
Yes. And what is it? Okay. So if in the beginning, I am created and it's the same, then what are you doing every day when you wake up?
Being the same.
Yeah.
What are you doing? What are you doing? Yes, you're being, but what does the being do?
Creating.
Creating. Yeah.
Now, in physical form, creation is in consciousness, creation's finished. So what Latoya and what Leslie and what Monique and what Karen is doing, what Tanae is doing, in the beginning, I am created. Creation is now finished. So when you wake up in the morning, you are I am. You are in the beginning, I am created. Well, in physical form, you are in the beginning today, I am selecting. You are creating by selecting. You're creating by what you tell yourself. You are creating the experience. You are choosing what experience you have by creating, meaning by what you are telling yourself. And what you're telling yourself is based on who you think you are. What you are saying is based on who you think you are. The disciples thought they were disciples. What did they say?
We're going to drown.
We're going
Help
to drown.
me.
We're going to drown. They woke awareness up, and awareness said what?
Cálmate.
Right. Just like that. Say it in the way that means something to you so you can understand what this stuff really means. Not peace, be still. Does anybody say that? Like no. Like you said, cálmate, right? That's what you say when the winds and the waves rise up in your mind. When your human mind tells you, how are you going to do that, Monique? You know you don't have the money, or you know he said no, or you know you don't feel like it. You know your leg hurt. How are you going to do that? No. Right? Or cálmate. Or whatever you say to yourself. Make it real for you. Say what you say. But you have to say something. You have to say something. Every morning you wake up, in the beginning, I am. I am. In the beginning, before this day gets started, I'm here. I'm here. Me, I'm here. So now this thing that I'm before, I get to tell how this thing is going to go. So then why would you wake up and say, well, let's see how the day goes. Let's see what happens. Let's see how this is going to work. I'm sure hoping this works. Well, if you're hoping, who's knowing? Because in the beginning, what is it? In the beginning, what?
I am.
I am. So if you're hoping, who else is there?
Nadie.
So who's going to fix that hope? Who's going to work that out for you?
Nobody.
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 So what are you going to do with that? What are you going to get from that? In the beginning, you are, and there is no one else. There is no one else. In the beginning, you are. So whatever you say goes. However you say it goes is how it's going to go. Because you're in the beginning. You're before. What? Watch this. Finish this sentence or this phrase. Use your
Mind.
Mine.
Yeah. Okay. What else do they say? Use
Heart.
your
Heart.
Okay.
Your
It's
brain.
4 words.
Imagination.
4
Use your
words.
imagination today.
Use. Okay. No. Use your
Eyes.
4 words.
Oh, right mind.
Okay. Pretty good.
Use your
I don't know.
Boom, 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 boom. Use your
Time wisely.
time wisely.
Boom.
Ooh.
See what
Ooh,
happens?
that was
You
good.
get a chance to think. Now, but look at the word. Look at use your time wisely. Look at that. Think about that. What is it saying? That sentence. What is it saying about you? What is that saying?
You have time.
Essentially. Whose time is it?
Yours.
Who
Time.
controls time?
I am.
Who controls time?
You do.
You do. And what does it say? Say it again. What does it say?
Use your
Use.
time. wisely.
Use.
It.
Use. Who uses?
We do.
So then how are you
Humans.
used? Why do I got people coming to me talking about so-and-so's using me? I'm being used. How is that possible without your permission? But you think your permission is fighting, screaming, yelling. No, it's your concept of yourself. You believe that to be possible for you. But you're supposed to be the user. Meaning everything is, okay, Veronica, if you say, like, if we saw your mom on the front lawn and I pointed and I said to you, who is that? What would you say?
My mama.
Okay. So she said 2 words.
My.
What does that mean? My mama or my mom. What does that mean? What does that mean? Use your time wisely. My mama. What does my mama mean? What does that mean?
A possession belonging to you.
So then
Ownership.
what does that mean?
Ownership.
So then what does that mean?
That's my creator. That's,
That's what?
My creation.
Mhm.
my mama is my creator.
Okay. If you say my arm, is your arm your creator?
I was going to say, in your story, she's your creation.
Yes.
Right.
She's your creation.
Because you are always first.
Karen, every time we're talking about these things, what are we talking about?
Inside.
So my mama on the inside, what does that mean? What are you saying?
My creation.
As a reflection of what?
I am.
Myself.
Yes. So my mama is what? What is she then?
A reflection of me.
In what way?
As my creation.
Yes. So what did you create her for?
To come here, to this experience.
A portal.
To nurture my
Ooh,
human
portal.
self.
Okay. But all of those things are physical. What did you create her for?
Because I am.
Yes, but for what? That's why you could. And that's why you did, but for what?
To experience, to express
To experience or express what?
I am.
humanity.
I am. What is
Oh.
so in this case, I am what? That's what you have to ask yourself. I am what as it relates to my mom? My mom is the physical expression of what I am that I think I am in this area. That's why some people can be rich and sick. That's why some people can be poor and healthy. Because in one consciousness, they're this, in one way, they're that, right? They're always expressing themselves in every area of their life according to this area. In this area of life, I think I'm this. In this area of life, I think I'm that. My concept of myself changes according to what area of life I'm talking about. Right? Some people may be rich but have low self-esteem. Some people may be this but have that. Their concept of themselves is not always the same depending on the area of life. What I'm saying to you is when you say my mama, what you're saying to yourself is this physical being called my mother is the physical expression of what I think a mother is, what I think a mother should be. This is what she is. She is my creation, but my creation is not physical. My creation is mental. This is where consciousness creates. I am created. I am is not a physical. I am is consciousness. I am creates physical. So that's why you can say it's my mom, because it is in consciousness. It is the physical reflection of what you think a mother is. It's what's the difference between your mom and your arm? Your arm can't birth you. My is the stable part of the equation. Arm is a variable. Mother is a variable. Jacket is a variable. Money is a variable, but they're all based on the constant, me, I am. So mama is a physical reflection of I am. Well, who am I? Who are you? Who do you think you are? She is physically reflecting that. Your arm is physically reflecting that. Your money physically reflects that. Now you get all kind of ideas in your mind, right? People tell you how money works, how your arm works. So then you start, well, the doctor said I should go like this. Okay, so you're using your thing to do what the doctor told you that you said was okay. So you started doing this. Oh, well, parents, don't talk to your parents as a teenager. They don't understand. Okay, well, then you took somebody else's concept of a mother and you adapted that or adopted that, and now that becomes your relationship. You always are taking a thought and applying it or adapting it to express a physical thing. I am is not physical. I am is consciousness. Consciousness creates. Humanity does not create. At the end, what did it say? When God saw all that it made, there was still no we. There was still no they. Humanity didn't make nothing. Humanity was made. Karen doesn't make anything. Karen was made by I am. So that I am could move through Karen to do whatever it is aware of being. And Karen and I am are one. Just like Leslie in that picture that was up is one. She's in the thing. So when Veronica said, Leslie, where are you essentially? The question she's really asking is, who are you? Who are you determines where you are. Where you are does not determine who you are unless you want to drown. When you let the thing you create tell you who you are, that's like letting your kids tell you who you are. You don't, what? What? Mom, you just don't understand. How do I not understand when I've been you, but you've never been me? I've been 14 before. Have you ever been 40? I think I understand you better than you understand me. I've been here longer than you. I've been doing this thing a lot longer than you, buddy. When you let what tell you who you are, when you let what, the winds, the waves, when you let circumstances, conditions, when you allow that to tell you who you are, to dictate, to determine, to influence, to affect who you are, who you're telling yourself you are going to drown. Going to drown.
So
When you
essentially,
remember
it's all.
yes.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yes,
I
go
kind of
ahead.
want to go back to how you said, like, what are you choosing? You said something about, like, what are you choosing your time? Like,
Use your time wisely.
yeah, that made me think of this concept of dead and alive time.
Mm.
And dead time meaning like mindless stuff that isn't really going to do anything that takes you to where you want to be, versus a lifetime. You're using your time in a way that is aligned with where you want to be. So that's kind of helped me decide, okay, what kind of activity am I doing? Is this really like doing what I want? Is this going to take me where I want to be, or is this not? So, like, for example, when I used to do the creams and all that stuff, and I was like, I want to be an entrepreneur and all those things, but I'd be like watching TV, right?
Yes.
Or, on social media all day.
Okay. So wait, stay right there. Stay right
Yeah.
there. So then people do just what she did, and then they ask people like me a question like, how do I stay consistent? So Veronica, why were you inconsistent then? Let's just say.
I was consistent in the dead time, for lack of better words.
Mm-hmm. Why? Why did you have such a hard time doing what you said you wanted to do?
Because I wasn't being the entrepreneur that I said I wanted it to be.
That's my point. What you call inconsistency is me being a fan. I'm separate from the player. I'm not on the team. I'm not being that. I'm not a warrior. I may be at the game. I may be looking at something. I may be close to it. I may want it. I may like it, but I'm not it. And when I hit that floor like I am, when I'm not, I'm going to get rushed to the floor. When I want to be an entrepreneur, when I like to be an entrepreneur, when I think it's a good idea, when I think it's pretty cool, but I'm not, I'm going to get Veronica got rushed to the floor. She stopped making those creams.
I sure did.
She stopped. But she thinks, oh, I'm saying it this way. Then people think, oh, I'll be an entrepreneur is so hard. I'm telling you, being anything you're not is hard.
Mm.
That floor is hard when the security slams me on it for trying to act like I'm a warrior. The same thing when your kids act like they're grown. You can only act because you're not.
Mm.
How many of us adults are acting like an adult?
Right.
When the bills come, do you get to act? Do you get a choice? Hey, you know what? I'm 16. In the name of the Lord, I am 16. I rebuke you, Verizon bill. Hallelujah. You don't get to do that. You don't get to play them games. Verizon's like, hey, when you're finished, it's due on the 8th. Let me know when you're done. You only get to act when you aren't. Right? So Veronica quit them creams. I knew she was going to quit the creams. Because she really wasn't going after what she wanted. She was doing what she thought it took to get something, not what she actually wanted.
Oh, I was hustling, y'all.
That's not the same thing as being an entrepreneur. What did she say? I was hustling. So if she was hustling, she was being a
hustler.
Hustler.
Is that the same thing as being an entrepreneur?
No.
No. You see what I mean? That's what. So then you wonder, well, so then you ask, you'll get on a call and ask somebody, how do I stay consistent? You are consistent. You're consistent in what you're doing, right? But you're not consistent in who you're being. You want to be an entrepreneur, but you're not. You're a hustler. You can't be that. I would like to be on the Warriors, but I'm not. That's not hard to figure out. I'm not. I would like to be, but I am not. I am is not. So if I am is not, it is not. In the beginning,
I am.
what?
I am.
I am creative.
Right? In the beginning,
I
I
am
am
creative.
created.
right? In the beginning, I am, right? After you are, you do what?
Create.
So that means you're always creating from
I am.
I am.
or as.
I am.
I am.
So if you are a hustler,
I'm hustling.
That's not inconsistent. That's just not what you want. But you're not what you want. You haven't chosen to be that. You chose to be that. You are being this, wanting to be that. So you are trying to be this over here from here. That I am a fan trying to be a player. Security's going to rush me to the dirt. It's not going to work. It doesn't work like that. That's why we always say, you don't get what you want, you get who you are. I want to be on the Warriors. I take it, but I'm not. I am
I'll
not.
take the Warriors' money. Yeah.
Right. I would like to be, but I am not. How many things do you want to be that you aren't? Doesn't matter what you want. You're not. Right? And what Leslie showed you today was, hey, I wanted to be something and I became it. And what I wanted and who I am and what I wanted are now one. She's in the warehouse. When you click on the thing, you can see it. She's there. You don't see her somewhere else. She's one with it. That's all you see her as. That's where she is. That is marriage. It is a consciousness that creates anything. And then your choice of a thing and you becoming one with that thing and awareness. I identify myself as that. I am this, I am that. So if you are that, how do you get on the call the next day and say, what's wrong with me? How do I get on the next day and say, well, how come I can't figure it out? How do I get on the next day and say, who's asking that question? Who is asking that question? Okay, watch this. Veronica, please pull up the boat one again. Watch this. I'm going to show you how this works. Not that one. That one. So one day, Jesus said to his disciples, let's go over to the other side. They got in the boat and they fell asleep, and the boat was being swamped and they were in great danger. And the disciples went and said, Master, we're going to drown. And Jesus got up and said, yeah, we are. Every man for themselves. Oh, shoot, man, we're gone. Hey, man, it's been nice knowing you. Leroy, hey, man, it's been nice knowing you. What if your awareness said the same thing you said?
Man down.
What if awareness like, you're on your own and started walking across the water and was like, good luck? The only way the winds and the waves stayed off you is because one person did what? One mind did what?
Say that again.
The only thing that kept these winds and waves off of you is because one mind did what?
Created the calm.
By doing what?
Speaking the
By
calm.
being calm.
Okay. Spoke the calm. And it spoke the calm, Karen, by what?
By being calm.
And you be calm by who you are
being.
Who are you being? It's the being that speaks to your health. It's the being that speaks to the wind and the waves. It's the being that speaks to the circumstances. It's the being that speaks to the external world that you created, because the external world is your creation. It's your child. Sit down and be quiet, because I know who I am. How could something I create ever overtake me? How could something that was after me ever be something I need? How does he get to tell me what I am or I'm not? When did the roles switch here? But this is what happens when you listen to all kind of crazy doctrine. When you let everybody tell you, oh, well, you just have to work harder. You just have to do this. Oh, well, you just have to block out a section of your time. All those things are just techniques. But the physical thing is not going to save you. Because if you're not being, you're only going to get what you're being. You're not going to get what you're doing, meaning you're not going to do something separate than what you're being. It's not going to last. Oh, yeah, I did something. I came out the stands and got on the court. And then guess what? Because of what I did, it was done unto me. I'm rushed to the floor. Because I am not a warrior. It doesn't matter what you're doing if you're not a warrior. It doesn't matter what you're doing if you're not healthy. If you are not being, if you are not aware of being healthy, there's nothing you're going to do that's going to make you something that make you that. If you're not aware of being is awareness of being is before anything. In the beginning, I am. In the beginning of every area of your life, of every day of your life, I am. Who is that? Who are you saying that is? In the beginning of your business, I am. I am was before the business. I am created the business. So who gets to determine how much money you make?
I am.
So where does 2 to 5 years come in? Was that, I know not you literally, was that your idea?
Nope.
Huh?
Nope.
No. So where did that come from? Why is that so well known? Why does everybody say that? In the beginning, I am. In the beginning, you are. And you create. And you create everything, including your business. Well, then why don't you create how much money you make? You created money. What part of this in your experience did you not create? What part of your experience are you not creating? Is there a part that you don't create?
Nope, not at all.
So then why do we stop creating? Meaning, why do we stop choosing? In this physical form where we are now, creation is called selection, like the grocery store. We are creating what's in our house by selecting from the store, from the place that has everything that's already done. In this world, it's a big grocery store. Creation is finished. So now all we're doing is by creating that same faculty, we're just using to select that which we created. We're just selecting now. That's what creation is. So in the beginning, you're selecting. When you wake up in the morning, you're selecting. All day, you're selecting. You're choosing. Do I believe that? Do I not? You see it and you're like, oh, I can't afford it. Where did that thought come from? Who told you that? Why are you listening to that? Why would you accept that? It's you can't choose who you are. You can choose who you're being. You can't change who you are. You can change who you're being. Who you are being. I am is a warrior called Steph Curry. I am is still a warrior. I am is a fan. I'm a fan. I am is both. So I can't choose. There is no difference between I am. Only difference between what I am is being. I'm either a fan or I'm the player. I am is both. The change, the foundation is I am. The expression based on the foundation because the I am, the foundation gives you the ability to choose any expression. That's why you can't change it. It's the thing that allows you to do anything. What you are being, you can choose from that I amness, from your awareness. I am a fan. That means I'm not a player, which means I can't play. I am a warrior. That means I'm not up in the stands. But I am is both. Who you're being changes. Who you are does not. You have to choose who you want to be. Yes, Karen.
Okay, so when I first dipped my toe into the entrepreneurial world, I'm just coming out of corporate, and I would see people like any one of us have the name of their business and CEO. And this is before I was awoke and didn't understand how to think.
Mhm.
I said, how could they be CEO and they don't even know what a CEO is? This was me being judgmental, looking at someone else's title alongside the name of their business. But you made me think of that, just like the 2 to 5 years, it's what we were told. I had this experience of CEOs. So I wondered how you could be Coach Lucky LLC CEO and you just started. So that whole 2 to 5 years, those external things that we're told, they really trip us up
Mhm.
because we didn't have the internal mechanisms in order or understand how any number of years we selected for our business to reach whatever. Anyway, when you said that 2 to 5, it reminded me of that. How are they a CEO? They just started that business yesterday. They don't know what a CEO is. Are they doing this, that, and the other? So leave that outside stuff alone.
Yes, because everybody, I'm saying this figuratively. Everybody is looking up at the leaves of the tree and saying, oh, wow, this tree is this or this tree is that. But then what is the tree when there's no leaves on it? What happens in fall? Then what happens? Right? So everyone is trying to live the world physically, not understanding that physicality is the leaves. That's why things change all the time. In the summer, the tree looks like this. In the winter, the tree, you wouldn't even know that tree ever looked like that if you hadn't seen it. Right? So the key then, humanity looks at the leaves. Consciousness looks at what?
What you're being.
Consciousness, yeah, but what in that analogy, consciousness looks at the what?
Outside.
Nope. Consciousness looks at the what? Humanity looks at the leaves, and they change all the time. Consciousness looks at what?
The tree?
The roots.
The root.
The roots.
Isn't that where the leaves come from?
Yes.
Can't you have a root with no leaves?
Yes.
Can you have leaves with no root?
No.
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 No. That's why when you ask me certain questions, my answer may seem to be off, but it's because I'm really looking at the underlying fundamental foundational. What are you really asking me? What are you really saying? Who are you? Who must you be thinking yourself to be to ask that question? Not that questions are bad, because we don't know certain things. But my point is, so it's not judge. That's why it also says in the book, there is no judgment or criticism to those that are in Christ Jesus. When you're in your right mind, it's not about judging or criticizing yourself or anyone else, but it is about getting to the truth. It is about saying, hey, go your way, but sin no more. Jesus didn't condemn anybody after that mind healed. People go your way. Your faith has made you whole. Your faith is your root. Your awareness, who you're believing yourself to be, is your root. But all of you are out here chasing leaves. You're chasing leaves. You're chasing things that change. So you're constantly in chase mode. You're constantly chasing, but you're not being the person who has it. You're the Warrior fan trying to get on the court. There's a separation between you two. So you think because you're close enough, because you're in all these groups or meetings or this or that, you're in all these different things, you think you're so close, but you don't realize you're a fan. You just got on the outfit. You're just repeating the verbiage. You're just repeating all the things you hear, but you don't even know what marriage is. You don't know what adultery is. You don't know what idolatry is. You can't see that those are all consciousness concepts. They're understanding of how you are operating your consciousness. Use your time wisely. Time is yours. It's for you to use. So how could there be a good or bad? There is no good or bad. There is, am I using the time? Am I using my time, the time I created? Am I using it as a reflection of who I am choosing to be? Time doesn't get to use you. Time doesn't just go by. It's your time. It's your arm. It's your mama. It's your leg. It's your money. These are your possessions that are being expressed by your consciousness physically. Use your time. You came before time. You created time. When we say time, then that means we're talking about something. Well, whatever something is, wasn't that something created? Well, if it was created, who created it?
I did.
I
am.
So then whose is it?
I am.
Mine.
Who's in control of it?
I am.
am.
So then how are we then in bondage or in servitude to something we created.
We're not. We shouldn't be.
Mm-hmm.
So, right? So then why are we? And I'm not saying us literally, but I'm saying it's to get us to think so that in that moment when we're tempted, we're like, you know what? No, 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 no. No. No, cálmate. You don't let your mind start telling you something that's not true. What did it say? Being carried away by all strange doctrines. Jesus Christ is saying yesterday, today, and forever. So that same mind that controlled the winds and the waves, what does it say? Let that mind that's in Christ
Also be in you.
Be in you.
yes, also be in you. Be also in you. That means you have the opportunity. It's your choice. You can operate the same thing. And if you do all the things that you saw that mind do, you will do it even more. That's what the book says. So the book doesn't say it's greater than you. It says you'll do all the same things and even greater. And you up there worshiping it on a wall outside of you. When it's telling you Christ in you. Calming the winds and the waves, walking on the water, doing all that. That's all you. That is who you are by nature. So you're by nature, you're consistent. Why are you looking for it? Because you don't know it's you. Because you're not aware of who you are, whether it's in this moment or overall. But that is what it's asking. That is where you are. So that lack of awareness is a state of mind. So whatever you're unaware of does not exist. So if you're unaware of being healthy, it doesn't exist. It's not something to chase. It's not something to physically do. It is something to be in consciousness, and whatever you are in consciousness, you create. Because consciousness is the only creator. Even if you want to believe it, even the devil didn't even make hell. Devil couldn't even choose its own crib. Even the devil didn't make anything. What does it say? Devil comes to do what?
Steal, kill, and destroy.
That's what your doubts do. That's what the devil represents. The opposite, the antithesis of God. What is God? Faith, awareness, power, creation. So that means the devil's opposite. That means it has no faith. It has no power. It has no awareness, and it doesn't create. So why are you scared of it? Why would you let doubt talk to you like it's faith? Like it got the same juice faith got. Why would you let fear talk to you like it's got the same juice creation has? Your desire is far stronger than any fear. But we're used to focusing on fear, whether it's fear itself or the fear of our desire not coming true. Common denominator, fear. We are getting what we focus on, but we've been trained and conditioned to focus on these things so much, we think they're powerful, but they're not. But they're what we have empowered so much, we think it's real. When faith is sitting right there, creation is sitting right there. That's who you are. How could you be inconsistent when you created this world with consistency? Let there be, 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 and everything you said let there be, it was. And you were made in the image and likeness. This is who you are. Your job is to say let there be, and it is. But no, you got to ask this person. You got to ask that person. You got to see what this group says. You got to see what this person says. You got to get their advice. Then you got to see what they, no, but I got to ask because, I can't do nothing without my, okay, well, all right. 2 to 5 years. Latoya, you can have your own business. It'll take you 2 to 5 years though. So, you may want to get you another job while you do that. And then girl like me, I got to work 2 jobs. Well, yeah, girl like me, because if you want to you got to work hard. Because if you don't want to do that, you got to do it. You got to do it. You got to do it. This is what they tell us. Hey, you have diabetes. This is incurable. You know it's going to stay with you the rest of your life. So then what we're going to do is we're going to manage it. You ain't got diabetes. You ain't got I don't want to manage it. You manage it. You take it and you manage it then. Right? Here, here you go. You manage diabetes. I don't want to manage nothing. I want it out. I want it off. I want it gone. Everybody's convincing you to manage stuff that you shouldn't even have, much less keep. They're convincing you 2 to 5 years is some kind of, I don't even know what that is. They're convincing you 10,000 steps is, do you even know where they got 10,000 steps? Does anybody know where they got 10,000 steps?
A scientific study.
No, no, no. They literally made it up. They literally like, oh, this is a good number, to put on a thing. They literally made it up to encourage people to walk. They just literally made it up. They're like, oh, we'll say 10,000. They made it up. I'm not saying that's good or bad, but I am saying it's made up. Well, if they can make stuff up, how come you can't make stuff up then? Why can't you make up your healthy every day that the day ends in the word day? Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, all end in day. If they end in day, I'm healthy. If they end in day, I'm wealthy. If they end in day, I'm rich. What's there between that and 10,000 steps? You repeat something once and you repeat it enough, everybody starts to believe you, including you. Faith comes by hearing. Hearing what?
The word.
Hearing, no, yeah, but what is the word?
I am.
Whatever I am says. 2 to 5 years. You got to work, you got to. 2 jobs. Don't see your kids. Don't do this, don't do that. You got following all kind of strange doctrine. How do I be consistent? You are consistency itself. Where do you think consistency came from? If you could want to be something, who do you think made that thing that you wanted to be? How can you chase that which you are unless you don't know yourself to be? And that's why you're not physically in physical form. That's why you're not expressing that thing, because you're unaware of being. You're dead. It's dark. Let there be light. Wake up. Remember who you are. You choose. But only when you don't know do you think that you're not something that you have no choice but to be. This is the way it is. This is what it is. You have to know who you are. That's your only salvation, is you. Knowing that it's you. Knowing that you are I am. In the beginning, I am. Not the police is, not the police are, not debt is, not loans are, not sickness is. None of that was around. You were before all of it. So go back to the beginning. Before any of it, you were. And any of it that you're talking about, who created it? So guess what? You're always in control. You've always been in control. You'll always be in control. It's just up to you to recognize it, to realize it, to remember. That's what we're doing here. Recognize, realize, remember. Oh, that's right. Like finding $20 in your pocket at one time. Where'd that come from? How good it made you feel in that moment, right? Oh, that's right. That's how it feels when you remember who you are. So every day, and I'll open it up for question and answer. Every day when you wake up, ask yourself the first, the most, and the realest question, the realest words you ever spoke. I am. In the beginning, I am. Who am I? Who am I choosing to be? What am I telling myself? Because in the beginning, I am. I am before anything is or was. And anything that is or was, I created. So therefore, I'm in control of any and everything. Because I am. I am. I am. In the beginning, I am. Before this problem was, I am. So this problem can't be greater than me. Before broke was, I am. So that can't be me. That may be who I thought I was or who I was choosing to be, whether it's in good faith, ignorance, or amnesia, but that ain't me. How can that naturally be me? How could broke naturally be me? And there's abundance of everything. The beach look broke. Does the sun look broke? The moon, the stars, the ocean, the water, power of it, Niagara Falls. Does that look broke like it's just like some kind of leaky faucet? You are abundance. That's your nature. It's all, the earth is the Lord's and the fullness thereof. The earth is I am's and the fullness thereof. You can't change who you are. You can only change who you're being. But you'll change who you're being when you realize who you are. Boy, you will drop broke like it's hot. You'll drop sick like it's hot, struggle like it's hot, substitution like it's hot, stress like it's hot. You're like, that ain't mine. What is it? Who is that? Who is that? Go back to the first question. Anytime you have something going on, you're starting a business, go to the first question. I am. In the beginning, I am. So before this business becomes, I am already. So that means this business can only become what I am. So who am I? Am I rich? Is this easy? Am I a millionaire? Do I have the best customers ever? Before this was, I am. So it can't be what I'm not. Only what I am. And I get to choose who that is? Oh yeah, this is guaranteed. You want a guarantee? That's a guarantee. That's the best and only one you're gonna get. Is who you say you are. All right, questions, comments.
I don't have any questions. I would just prefer that you just continue dropping bars. I'm just taking notes and just sitting here owning my stuff quietly. So I don't have any questions. God bless.
Okay. Yeah, you guys know I can keep going.
But not today.
Yes. Well,
We
until
have to
now.
get out of here. Yeah. We got to
get
go
my dog.
get Zoe. That's important.
I will say, Coach Lucky, look, I'm proud of myself because at first I was like, man, I'm not even going to show up on camera today. I'm not going to be sitting at my desk. But I said, you know what? It's going to be all right. I hope y'all ain't see me in too much pain. I was in a car accident on Wednesday. When I tell you, they were like, oh, I was like, look, I'm just glad my daughter was not in the car and I'm lucky to be alive. I just like, and I'm good. I'm good. I'm in a lot of pain, but this too shall pass. It's just something that's temporary. Look, I wanted to go to Starbucks that day and I did not go to Starbucks, but let me tell you, I see a lot of Starbucks trips in my future. That's
Wow. Well, first and foremost, I'm glad that you're okay.
Mm-hmm.
First and foremost, I'm glad that you're okay. And I'm grateful that you would even be here with us today. As far as just, making the effort, I'm glad you're alive, obviously, but that you're here, I'm grateful for that. And I know that we'll all choose to see you well, right? And think of you well and healthy and whole. But thank you for coming. But first and foremost, I'm glad you're okay. And I'm happy about that. So I'm glad that you're okay. Glad that you're healthy and whole. And I'm glad that you're okay.
Ditto. And that you know you're going to be okay. That's the best part.
Yes. Yes.
Thank you. Thank you.
Anybody else? Because I can keep going. I just want to, want to make sure.
You only have 20 minutes. Okay.
Let there be.
Mm-hmm. That's it. Okay.
We can get a good rant in 20 minutes.
That's it, man. Man, you already know it. You already know it. Well, it's wonderful. So, but that is something I really want to impress upon you today, all of you, is that from my experience, what I'm finding, what I have found even as of late, is really the things I'm talking to you about is when something comes up into my mind that is not what I want or the way I want it to be, I have found it just extremely helpful to just go back, say, okay, wait a minute, let me go back to the beginning. Let me retrace my steps. Let me go back to the beginning. Who am I? Who am I? Okay. Now from who am I, which is all things, who do I want to choose to be in this moment? Because I am all I am, and I am that I am all. We're all. The good, the bad, the hard, the soft, we're all of it. From that, okay, I am. Who do I want to be when this happens? Who do I want to be when this news come up? Who do I want to be when this thought crosses my mind? Who do I want to be when someone says something to me I don't like? Who do I want to be when there's traffic on the freeway? Just who do I want to be? Right? When I have something that gets my attention, who do I want to be? Right? From all things that exist, from all possibilities that I could be, who do I want to be? What is the being? What is the being of me that I want to express? Who am I? Right? And if I am, before there was anything, I am. Before there was anything that I could like or hate, I am. So anything that I could like or hate, both have to be under my control. So I could choose to be it or not, keep it or throw it out. I'm in control. Before there was time, I was. Before there was stress, I was. Before there was broke, I was. So that means I can't be broke. I can't be that because I was before that. I can't, that could just be something I'm being. That could be something I'm expressing, but it's not me. I can choose who I want to be, meaning what do I want to express in this moment? We are not being held hostage by time. That's why you can use your time wisely. It's your time. Time is your creation. Everything I am created, everything after itself. So I am has to be bigger, better, more important, and powerful than what it created. Because it created that thing. That thing didn't create you. Money doesn't make you. Time doesn't make you. Your body doesn't make you. Nothing that was created makes you. You made everything that was created. Don't ever forget that order of operation, because that's where your power lies, is in the remembrance of who you are. And part of remembering who you are is that you were in the beginning. None of those physical things are in the beginning. Your body isn't in the beginning, so you talk to it and you tell it how it's going to go. I am healthy, I'm whole, I'm complete. Now, not later, not tomorrow, not next week. I'm saying it now, so I mean it now. Now, I am that. And I don't care how anything else looks or feels. When those winds and waves rose up in the book, it didn't say that higher mind didn't see the winds and the waves. It dealt with the winds and the waves, not for what the waves were, for what it is. I deal with the waves and I deal with the winds and waves. I deal with the external world from being Christ. I don't let the world tell me who I am. Then I drown. The disciples said, "Oh man, I guess this is coming up. So this must mean, no, I'm here. So this is what it means. Sit down and be quiet. This is what it means. Why would you call if there was a rowdy house party, right? And next door to you, and you wanted them to be quiet, and you called the police, and the police came over and didn't do anything, what's the point of having the police? What's the point? Right? So if there are circumstances in your world and you can't say anything about it or do anything about it, then what's the point of being you? What's the point? If you can't do anything about it, what's the point? If life is just inevitable, what's the point? It's not. Choose this day who you serve. You get to choose. Your choice is your power. You get to choose everything. Perfect. Leads me right into the last thing. I was talking to my mom about this week. You do realize, right, that your life is comprised of everything. Your money, your health, your relationships, your skin, your nails, your teeth, your eyes, your legs, your children, everything. And you do realize that all of those should be the way you want them to be, right? You do realize you don't have to sacrifice good skin, but you're broke, or a good relationship with but no job. You do realize that in order to live a good life, your life, you want your life to be good. That means all of it, not like some of it. Let's put it in a different term. You do realize that you have to have a certain grade point average to graduate, right? You do realize, like, and so in order to have a certain grade point average, that means how you do everything overall has to be at a sufficient enough level for you to move on, right? So you getting an A in math class and failing all the rest of your classes, are you going to graduate?
No.
No. So then your GPA is the cumulative average of all of your classes, right?
Mm-hmm.
So your life is the accumulation, or the cumulative effect of your life is how all of your classes are going. All of it is going, not just one part of it. One success doesn't mean you're successful. Yeah, you be a straight A student in math and not graduate. And guess what? If you don't graduate, school generally will pass you anyway, but life won't. And if you have a 2.0 GPA, what college you going to get into? If your life GPA is raggedy, what do you think is going to happen? What do you think is going to happen here? If you raise your GPA, the higher your GPA, the access to more colleges you have, right? Well, the higher your life GPA, the access to more wonderfulness you have. You have to figure out what type of student you are. It's not just one area of life. I want you to start thinking about your entire life, the whole thing. What do you say about your entire life? Yes, you can focus on a class. Sometimes you're focused on this class, or sometimes you have a project that needs to be done in this class. Yeah, there's moments in a school year where you focus on one class or one project, or there's certain classes that are easier to you and certain classes where you put more time into it, but you average it out. I don't have to spend that much time in math, but I got to spend a little more time in science. Okay, cool. You average it out. You weren't spending the same amount of time on every class, so it averages itself out. But what is your overall GPA? What is your overall lifestyle? What kind of student are you? What kind of liver are you? What kind of life do you live? What is your lifestyle GPA? What are you saying about your life overall? What do you speak over your life? How are you doing in all the areas of your life? You're not here to fail in 4 of them and pass 2 of them. You can't get into college like that. You can't get into the next steps, the next levels of life that you want to reach, that you want to experience. Because yeah, you have good health, but you're broke. You can't go on vacation. You can't afford it. You got a whole bunch of money, but you're too sick to move. You can't afford it. You being broke in your pocketbook or broke in your health, there's no difference after a while. You still can't go on vacation. I want you to think of your life overall. What is your life overall? How do you want your life to be overall? What are you speaking over your life overall? What kind of student are you overall? Are you graduating? Are you barely graduating? Do you have the GPA that can get you into any school? You just apply and I can go anywhere I want? Or are you applying and you just hope somebody lets you in? What type of lifestyle are you living in your mind? Is it check to check? Is it just barely making it? Is it what type of life are you speaking for yourself? Right? It's not just about, oh, this is good, but now I got to deal with this problem. Then I got to deal with this problem. Like we don't have to live like that. We can be valedictorians. We should be. We are the master of all subjects. Why should you struggle in math? Who made math? Well, I'm not good in math. I am is not good in math. Who made math?
I am.
So how is I am not good in? I am not good in math, but aren't you? I am. But what are we talking? I am broke. The earth is the Lord's and the fullness thereof. Which one? You got to pick. You can't be both. You have to pick. Which one are you? Are you this person or are you that person? Who are you aware of being? Right? There's nothing you're not good at when you made everything. You can choose what you like or don't like, meaning what you want to do or don't do. That's fine. But how could you not be good at something and you made it? You can choose to be good at it, or you can just say, I don't want that. That's okay. But what can't you do if you did it all? What are you not if you are it all? If the earth is the Lord's, if the earth is yours, then what on it don't you have? It's just an awareness of being. It's what we're telling ourselves. What we're telling ourselves is what we call reality. It is what we are reality. What we tell ourselves, humanity calls reality, the physical expression of it. Human reality is a physical expression of what consciousness is telling itself, believing to be true. What you're telling yourself, your story. You're supposed to be a valedictorian. You have all areas of life under your control. Is it okay to not drown but get burned? I mean, is there a better way to go out? What are we talking about? There's no good way to go out. You choose. You choose how long you live. You choose how long you die. That's the truth. People are not going to tell you, but that's the truth. I am. Who kills God? I am. Now, you may use somebody to do it. You may use a bullet to get yourself out of here. You can use cancer to get yourself. You have devised all kinds of ways and means to get yourself out. Just like on a freeway, haven't you seen how many different off ramps there are? Some that go up, some that go down, some go around, some go. You've devised all kinds of ways to get yourself off this highway, off this thing called life. But who devised the off ramp? Who devised the freeway? This wasn't inevitable. The devil didn't make the freeway for you and you had to take it. I am made the freeway and the ramp. Nothing can happen to you except what you allow. And you allow and accept based on who you think you are. That's it. Jesus was like, you think I'm about to really drown in this boat with you fools? Really? That's what you think? Like, come on, man. No, I'm not about to do that. Not me. Society has no control over you. Circumstance have no control over you, but that which you give it based on who you are. You're here to use your time. You're here to use society. You're here to use your arm. You're here to use your mom, your dad, or the relationships that you want. You're here to use them. They're physical expressions of who you believe yourself to be. You're here to use them so I can know what it's like to have an experience with a mom. Okay, well, if I want to choose a different experience, then that is not about my mom. That is about me. That is about me saying, okay, I am going to tell myself I am something different. And when I change, it has to change. I'm not trying to change them. I don't need to change them. I changed me, who I'm telling myself to be, and then based on what I want my experience to be with this thing. But until you can do that, yeah, you may need a little space. So you can get yourself together, like a timeout in the game, halftime. You need a little space, get your second win, right? But my point is that just like a student can't pass a class being mediocre, you're not going to survive this life being mediocre. You're not going to like it too much. You're not going to like it. You're not going to like sitting there wishing you could go to Hawaii, but you can't afford it. Wishing you can go to Hawaii, but you can't afford it in your body, or you can't afford it in your pocketbook, or you can't afford it in your relationships. Well, then, but you made Hawaii to see it. And now you got the desire to see something you made and you can't go. That's like you have a desire to go to your kid's game and you can't go. How does that make you feel? To your kid's graduation, you can't go. How does that make you feel? Oh, girl, don't worry about it. There's people who can't do this or that. You don't need to go to Hawaii. What's the difference between going to Hawaii and go to your kid's graduation? Why is there a difference? To who? I am is going to both. To who? There is no separation between the two. I am wants to go to Hawaii. I am want to go to my kid's graduation. I am should go to both. I am healthy. I am wealthy. I am prosperous. You are whatever you tell yourself you are. You are. You are. You are Bruce Leroy. You are the last dragon. You are it. You are the master. You are the master. Not something else, not someone else. You are. But that agreement you have to keep within yourself. I decided to be this. Therefore, I am that. And I don't care what the outside says, looks. I don't care if the winds and waves. That don't have nothing to do with me. Can't drown me. I'm in charge. I could tell my maid hurt me. I'm in charge. Right? You're in charge. You're in control. In the beginning, I am. That never changes. You are the beginning of everything. That never changes. And the end is what you is. The end is the physical reflection of what you are in the beginning. What you're seeing in physical form right now is the physical reflection of what you are or have been, what you're being. Who am I? What do you are? What are you? You get to tell you every second is new. You get to tell yourself you're something new. You get to tell you've never had this second before. So guess what? This second does not have to be anything the other second before it was. It's a brand new second. So guess what? In this second, you're not broke. You've never been in this second before, unless you bring broke with you. If we all went to Hawaii right now, we all got off this call and brought nothing but ourselves, what baggage would we have in Hawaii?
None. And we don't need the baggage.
So that means we wouldn't, right? So that means we wouldn't have anything in Hawaii but what we brought. It's a new second. You don't have anything in this second but what you brought. You could literally, every second literally is the opportunity for you to be a new you. That second has never known anything but what you bring to it. Literally. That second has never known anything but what you bring to it. If we all went to Hawaii and none of us took bags, none of us would have to wait at the carousel. None of us would have anything when we went to the hotel. Only but what we brought. You only have every second. The last thing I'll say, and I'll get off. It's the last thing. This is the last thing I want you guys to understand. Right? It's the last thing I want you to understand. Every second, literally, every second is brand new. You only think you're trapped because you brought the trap with you, because you brought the luggage with you. If you are willing to say to yourself, okay, this second is brand new. If I only think of myself as healthy, that's all this second can ever produce for me is health. So I'm going to take second by second by second by second moving forward. I am only going to use each second. Use your time wisely. I'm only going to take each second moving forward to say, I am this. I'm this. This new second doesn't know me as anything else. It doesn't know. So it's only going to be what I make it. And I make it based on who I know myself to be. And if I know myself to be sick 2 minutes ago, and then I bring sick into this second, it's not because I was sick in this second. It's because I brought sick with me. Hawaii ain't never made you bring no bag. This next second never made you bring any illness, any broke, any poverty, any struggle, any strife, anything. It never made you bring anything. You brought that, and you don't have to. Each second is brand new. So use your time wisely. Start at the beginning. I am. Before there's anything, I am. I am.
I want to be grateful for Xfinity, baby. No interruptions today. Yay!
I called them. They came twice.
Yes.
All right.
Beautiful. Thank you.
So next week we are going to be in ATL, but Lucky still wants to do the call.
I'm coming live. I'm coming live. I might have some fried chicken in my hand. I might have something going on, but I'm coming live.
Just let us know where we're at and where to be. I like chicken too.
Okay. I'll be running around with Leslie somewhere since she got all the good spots. So I told her I only want to go down back alleys, people's front lawns. I want people cooking with the fork, wave caps while you cooking, licking your fingers. Yeah. I want the authentic. I don't want to be eating no Asian,
Stop.
cheap Venezuelan food with
Hey.
No, that's right. I
He's
Yeah,
know
I'm
hating
not
that's
on
gonna
the
be
right.
planning to eat none of
restaurants
that.
I found.
Okay, I don't want napkins. I don't want no cloth napkins for sure. I don't want to see no. I don't even want to see no waiter or no waitress. I want. I want it all the way live. I want to be sweating while I'm ordering, sweating when I'm eating. I want to be able to fight and eat in the same spot.
And let
I
him wipe
want,
his mouth with his hand, okay?
that's it. That's it. That's it. Sweat, grease, same time. That's it.
That's gonna be good. Mm.
That's
Somebody's
it.
auntie with the
That's it.
big arms cooked it.
Yeah. See, Veronica be doing all this high, mighty, high, sedity, falutin stuff.
I
I
like
ain't
the
into it.
bougie.
I don't want it. I want to be able to eat with some house shoes on. I want to be able to eat.
You don't
That's
even
it.
own house shoes.
I'm gonna buy some. I'm going. That's it. I'm going to Ross when I get out there.
Sound like enjoyment to me.
That's
So if
it.
anyone's gonna be out there, let me know. And then it'll be fun.
That's
It's
it.
Philly.
Come through your town.
We
Stealing whatever I
outside.
can steal.
We outside. We
All
outside.
right.
That's
All
it.
right.
We
That's
outside.
it.
I'm so excited, y'all. Just get ready for hugs. I'm so excited. We
It's
outside.
wonderful.
Absolutely.
Gonna be wonderful.
All right.
Happy
Let's go.
Saturday.
Let's
I'm
go.
gonna actually get on out of here this time. Not like I normally do, but this time. So you're
Okay.
lucky.
So
You're
next
lucky.
week
Get out of
we'll
school
be
early
all
today.
on the same time. No left coast.
Yeah.
All
Yes.
right,
Yes.
coast.
Yes. All right. Hey, have a great Saturday, great week. Hey, remember who you are, right? You're the master. You're the master. I am. You're the master.